Test.
You are listening to North Platte Sports Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to go. You know what time it is. Start this show.
Good almost afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I guess it is afternoon, about 12:15. We're back on the air. The second game took a little bit longer. So we are getting set for Game 2. We'll be taking on the Lexington Minutewomen, and we'll have some thoughts and some other things coming up real quick. So we'll be right back.
Here we go.
All right, Clay Atterbury with me once again in Game 2 for the Panthers. Clay, you want to? What are we looking at on this one? We're gonna, I guess, if we want to, well, we're still working on lineups. So
got our secretary Penny Atterbury working on lineups for us.
So we are getting everything squared away here for this second game. Go ahead, Clay. Sorry, Clay.
No, you're good.
You.
Yeah, I think we're Panthers have played one game, so they've kind of got those nerves worked out, especially the amount of freshmen we saw in that first one.
Yes.
They all got those innings under their belt. Good to see. They had that little bit of a rough start in the first one, but obviously they bounced back very quickly. The offense was clicking already. Defensively, they made some plays. Definitely threw some strikes on the mound. I think you're going to see them settle in early in this one. You got a lot of experience on the field with some freshmen mixed in. You got Kate Wolf on the mound again. Obviously, she does what she does. You got Kretzer behind the plate. You've got Morgan Ball at third, Cam Kirsten at second. You have Savannah Crook making her first start as a freshman at second base. You have McKenna Cunningham at first. And then you have Sophie Greer in left. You have Lenny Ramsey in center. And you have Gracie Williams in right field. That is how the Panthers will line up defensively. We'll run through their lineup here in just a second once we get those wrote down. Yeah, you talked about that last game. Kind of drug on a little bit. Pattonsburg ended up winning, 6-3 in extra innings?
6-3, yep. Yeah. They were tied
extra inning.
3-3, and then time expired, so they had to play the sixth. Lexington waited until the bottom of the fifth to get 3 runs across, and that tied it up.
So if you're unfamiliar how this format of this tournament works, it's a round robin. The best record at the end wins. So basically what the Panthers do is if they win this, they are basically setting themselves up for win the last one and you win the whole thing.
Exactly.
If they were to fall in this one, then it would kind of go down to tiebreakers and stuff like that. So hopefully the Panthers are able to just take care of business here, put them in prime position, put them in the driver's seat of taking first place in this, and basically setting up a championship game against Pattonsburg. All right, so I'll have Rodeker up first for Lexington. She's the leadoff. Wolf getting settled in here. Wolf goes with that familiar curveball on the first pitch, a little bit outside, ball 1. Rodeker's number 1 for Lexington. She plays center field. Swing and a miss. Wolf gets one by her on the inside corner to even up the count 1-1.
I think in the first game she started pitching, but then moved to center. I don't think she even lasted the first inning.
So I did hear their second pitcher that came in. Her dad and I go back as far as slow pitch goes. This Wolf gets one by her, again, strike 2. So the girl that came in to pitch hasn't pitched much since she was 12. So she kind of had to come in and pitch on the fly. They had a obviously unfortunate event where I had a player leave the team. It kind of left them a little short-handed. So Zoe Ernest had to come in and pitch and kind of learn on the fly. She did quite well as Wolf gets one by her again, and that is strike 3 and out number 1 for the Panthers.
Batting second, the catcher, number 23, Lanaya Davis.
That'll bring up the backstop for the Lexington Minutewomen. Lanaya Davis, where's number 23?
So quick work of the leadoff batter. Kate looks pretty good out there.
Yep, velocity's good. Popping Kretzer's mitt.
Doesn't seem to be in too much distress. Like we kind of mentioned earlier, she's been dealing with some back issues.
Yeah, I think it was being second game of the day. My back kind of loosened up a little bit after that first game. Able to get kind of loosened up and settle in here. She delivers strike 1-1-1 count to Davis.
Yeah, Mike Kearns behind the plate and Vince Kafka down the first baseline or the field umpire.
High and away, ball 2. Davis almost went around, was able to hold back on that one.
Kirsten McGee is on deck, 27, playing third base for the Minute Women.
Hey. Speaker on.
No,
It's static or something. Static or something on it.
yeah, that's because I got the charger off.
Oh.
I'm gonna switch it.
High, and that'll be ball 4. Davis able to draw a walk to give the Minute Women their first base runner of the game.
Batting third, the third baseman, number 27, Kirsten McGee.
Brings up the 3-hole. Kirsten McGee, number 23. Plays third base for the Minute Women. Down and in. Wolf falling behind the last 2 hitters. See if she can work back and work herself ahead to this one. Ground ball. Crook fields a second. She's just going to go to 1. Didn't have time to go to second. She does get the out at first.
Batting fourth, the pitcher,
Davis
number 4,
does move up to
Zoe
second.
Ernest.
The cleanup spot will come up for Lexington. Zoe Ernest, number 4. She is the pitcher. Comes up with the chance to drive in a run early for the Minute Women. As a ball high. Does get away a little bit from Kretzer. Davis able to advance to third. Watching the video, you can see Ernest does use a little bit of a weird batting stance. She uses that split grip on the bat. Some of the new, you're seeing that a little bit more nowadays.
That would be awkward.
Yeah.
To me.
Ball is up and away, gets to the backstop. Kretzer dives at the plate. Great effort, just a little bit late, and the run does score.
Yeah, it looked like they met right over home plate, and I think the base runner got her hands on there at the same time Kretzer was applying the tag and just kind of met at the same spot. So the old adage, tie go, but I think the hand was on the base before Kretzer was able to get the glove down. She dove back towards home.
I'll give this. BK was showing some senior leadership, and she was all out effort there.
Yes.
There was not much more she could do on that one.
Nope, she gave it her all. So now nobody on.
Wolf answers right back. Swing and a miss from Ernest. Gets the count to 2-1.
Erica Grosso, second baseman, number 32 on deck. She's 5-hole.
Ball 3 inside, 3-1. If I remember right, coaching last year, I remember Ernest. I don't remember who it was for North Platte, but I remember hitting a deep ball that we thought was gone, and Ernest in center field ran it down and brought it back. She reached over the fence and brought it back. It was quite a play. Ernest is a junior for Lexington. She has played since her freshman year.
So that was in the North Platte tournament last year.
Wolf gets the outside corner to bring it to full. Full count, 2 outs, nobody on for Lexington here in the top of the first. They do have a 1-0 lead.
Panthers would like to take care of this batter and get their bats up there.
Ernest fouls it straight back. Timing was good on that one. She's a little bit under it. See if Wolf decides to change it up here, if she tries to get one by her, or go with that curveball that she's famous for throwing. Just in, and Ernest will draw the walk. 1 on, 2 outs.
Batting fifth, the Second baseman, number 32, Erica Grosso.
I'll bring up Erica Grosso. She hits 5 spot for the Minute Women. Number 32, second base. See if Wolf can get ahead of this batter. The last 3, she's kind of fallen behind early. Ball does get high past Kretzer to the backstop. Rolls away. Allows Ernest to advance to second.
Kretzer's getting a little bit of a workout here.
She is. I think it looks like Wolf's just a little juiced up. Kind of trying to throw it maybe a little too hard. First inning. Sometimes that does happen. Just got to settle in a little bit.
Now, we talked about it last night, finding your groove. And I think that's what she's kind of looking for right now, just to
get a
new ball.
Changing the softball, yep. Must not like the grip on that one. So Wolf did start the first game through 1 inning before Farrah Williams came in relief. And then obviously that second game kind of went extra innings. So she was sitting for a little bit. Might just be taking her an inning to get loosened back up again. There, she got one. Right at the bottom of the zone for strike 1. Two and 1 is the count to Grosso. Fouled off out of play down the first base line, and Wolf's able to even up the count. See if she can put her away and get the Panthers into the dugout to score some runs.
Now another ball. So
pitchers a little picky on that softball they want.
Going through a litany of balls here. And the grip is very important. Baseball players are the same way.
Down and in. That will bring the count to full. Lexington doing a good job of just staying patient, trying to wait her out, waiting for their pitch. If they don't get it, they'll just take their free base. Line drive foul just past first base. We'll stay full, and we'll see another pitch.
See what Kate Wolf does on this payoff pitch.
Payoff pitch fouled off again down the first base line. Grosso doing a nice job of just fighting and living to see another pitch. She's been late on the last 2 a little bit, so we'll see. Does Wolf try to bring the heat by her? Does she try to jam her inside, or does she try to mix up some speeds and go with the changeup?
I think she's been pretty consistent with the fastball, so this might be a good time to spring that changeup on her. Have her way out in front.
Another full count pitch. Wolf is set. She got her sign, and she's going to deliver. Fouled off again, straight back over the backstop. So we'll reset, and we'll do it again.
Another fastball.
Grosso, what I noticed in the first game, she did have a little bit of issues of putting the ball in play. I'm sure it's Lexington's first game, too. Hitters haven't seen a lot of live pitching at this point in the season. She's doing a much better job so far. She's starting to find that barrel a little bit, making contact. And Wolf gets one by her.
Nice job.
Wolf went with the heater again and finally got her. That'll do it for the first inning. Lexington does get 1, and we will go to bottom 1. Panthers due up, down 1-0.
We appreciate our sponsors of North Platte Sports Radio. Here's one you should check out.
Did your current propane company leave you out in the cold last winter? There's something you can do about that. Give Nash Gas a call. Nash Gas has been locally family-owned and operated since 1945. Let our family take care of your family. Nash Gas offers keep full programs, winter heating contracts, and budget plans, all with superior customer service. Contact Nash Gas at 816-450-3333 or online at nashgasco.com.
Man, I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? I wanted to get back in the game, so I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in Missouri at highschoolofficials.com.
Hi, my name is Stanley, and I've been arrested for stealing shoes. I didn't really steal them, but I've been sent to Camp Greenlee.
And we are back here at Dean Park, Game 2 for the Panthers on the North Platte Invitational. The Panthers due up their first time up to bat here in Game 2. We'll run down the lineup real quick. We got number 10, Gracie Williams, playing right field, leading off for the Panthers. Batting second, number 12, Sophie Greer, playing left field. Batting third, senior Brooke Kretzer, playing number 19, doing the catching. Batting fourth, number 14, senior Lenny Ramsey, playing center field. Batting fifth, the shortstop, number 20, senior Cam Kirsten. Batting sixth, number 11, the freshman Savannah Crook, playing second base. Batting seventh, number 15, junior McKenna Cunningham, playing first base. Batting eighth, junior number 17, Morgan Ball, playing third base. And doing the pitching, junior number 22, Kate Wolf, is on the mound for the Panthers. We will get started here with number 10, Gracie Williams.
Right fielder number 10, Gracie Williams.
Second straight game, Williams in the leadoff spot. See if Gracie can do what she did well the first game and give the Panthers a runner early here. Try to get the middle of the order, some runners on base to work with. Ernest on the mound. She delivers, and Gracie Williams all over the first pitch goes out of play down the first base line. Foul ball.
She's not waiting on anything.
No,
she went
she
after
is
the
not.
very first pitch. Must have looked good.
Williams squares the bunt. She'll bunt it down the third base line. That ball will roll foul.
Not a bad go at that. If she would have kept it fair, it would have made an interesting bang-bang play at first.
Williams' sisters are known for their speed, so definitely not bad to have that in the leadoff role. She can lay one down and definitely get down the line well.
Yeah, I saw Billy Williams between games and didn't get a chance to talk to him very much, but he said, "Oh, yeah, I was here for the first one. I saw it." He goes, "I was yelling at you because you said Gracie was pitching. It was fair." He's trying to set me straight.
Ernest delivers, tried to sneak a changeup in there. Too high, ball two. Williams able to get back in the count, 2-2. Doing a good job of trying to jump on one early, and now she's being patient, doing her job at the leadoff spot, seeing some pitches. Ball 3-1 in the dirt, and Williams has worked it all the way back to full.
You know, that's one of the characteristics of a leadoff batter, having a good eye, knowing where the strike zone is. So far, Gracie's done an excellent job of measuring out where that is.
G-Baby fouls another one off. Live to see another pitch. Yeah, you always want your top of the lineup to see a lot of pitches because, A, the dugout's getting to see almost everything the pitcher throws. B, they're able to report back to those hitters, hey, I've saw about everything she's got. This is what she's going to throw. So you definitely want the top of your lineup to do that early in the game. That way the rest of the game you can live off that scouting report.
Well, in addition to getting a reading on the pitcher, you also get a reading on where the umpire is calling the strike zone.
Absolutely. Great at bat there from Gracie Williams. She's able to take the last one high for ball 4, and she is on first base. That will bring up left fielder number 12, Sophie Greer. Again, she hit second in the first game, stays in that spot. See if she can find her way on base as well and give the middle of the lineup a chance to eat.
Oh, I think it got her. It did.
That ball will hit Sophie Greer right on the foot. She will take first base, and the top of their lineup does the job. That will bring up senior number 19, Brooke Kretzer. Panthers with the chance to score some early here. They had a pretty dominant offense in the first game, putting up 14 runs in just 3 innings of work. 4 in the first, 4 in the second, 6 in the third. Second game, they have not missed stride at all, and they've got 2 runners on here early in the first.
Got a timeout where the manager's out talking to now going over and talking to the umpire. I don't know if they're going to it looks like they may make a pitching change.
I would assume it looks like the catcher's going in with her, so they might be bringing the catcher in to pitch. Either that or moving her out somewhere.
That'd be Lanaya Davis. Zoe Ernest came in for the Minute Women in the last game and pitched the rest of the game.
Said that little tidbit on her. I was able to talk to her dad in between games. Like I said, him and I kind of go back on the slow pitch field Zoe hasn't pitched much since she's 12, so that's in 7th grade, and now she's a junior, so she hasn't thrown a lot. So props to her for kind of coming in on the fly and being able to throw some strikes.
Well, she did rather well for not having, that much experience lately and for doing that. So we confirm what Zoni or
Ernest to catch and Davis to pitch.
Ernest is going to catch, so she was pitching, and then Davis will pitch, so the battery will just switch places.
That is a difference, softball to baseball. Baseball, sometimes that's a hard transition as you go from catching, especially catch a full game, and now you're into game 2 of catching, and now you're able to go to the mound. Baseball with the throwing overhand for both, I mean, that can be really taxing on an arm. We were lucky enough in the spring that we had a kid that could do it, and Colton Kirkham, obviously. But in softball, obviously, you throw that underhand release a little bit more natural for the arm, so it's able to let you have a little bit more pitchers. Somebody that catches for a couple of games, obviously their arm gets a little sore, but when you're that underhand release, it's a little bit different when it comes to softball.
So I attribute a lot of Colton Kirkham and his upbringing. Of course, Tim and Gina are his mother and father, and they have cows, so they have raw milk, A2, and maybe some A2, A1, very healthy milk. I've kind of been on more of a trying to eat healthier myself, to get more nutrition out of the food we eat and avoid some of the higher sugars that are out there. But some of the benefits of raw milk is immeasurable for people. There's people that are lactose intolerant. They're able to drink the raw milk because it hasn't been pasteurized. The pasteurized takes a lot of the enzymes, a lot of the nutrients out of the milk to where you're almost drinking colored water. So,
all right.
Yeah, so there's something to think about. I've talked to Tim a little bit about getting some of his A2 milk. It's and there's people that swear by it. It gives them more energy. They have a lot of aches and pains that go away. Now it's not that way for everybody, and it's anecdotal evidence of it, but a lot of people do swear by it.
Well, it must be doing something because you're talking to the athlete Colton is obviously playing baseball at KCK now, and then you've got little brother Cooper, who's quite the wrestler on the mat, obviously state qualifier last year.
Both of them.
So it must be doing something. It's working in the Kirkham family, that's for sure.
I was going to say they are good examples maybe of having a diet that contains some raw milk in it.
So like we mentioned, we got Lanaya Davis switching from catcher to pitcher. We've got Zoe Ernest going from pitcher to catcher. The battery just changes spots. We'll get Kretzer back in here to hit with 2 on, nobody out. You got Gracie Williams on second. You got Sophie Greer on first. Panthers in business. The out at third, bang, bang at third. Good job of heads-up play there by Davis on the mound to get the lead runner.
Batting fourth, the center fielder, number 14, Lenny Ramsey.
That will bring up Ramsey. The Mizzou commit in for her first at-bat of the second game. Ramsey swings at the first pitch. That's down the line to right field, and that is going to fall foul by inches.
Tried to dunk it right there over the first baseman's head, and right fielder was trying to hustle in to grab it, but it would have fallen between them. But
got a little bit of a breeze blowing today. I think it seems to be
you think it
blowing
pushed
left
it a
to
little?
right. It might have pushed it just enough.
Just a tad bit.
Ramsey's swinging. She lights one up into left field. That is going to go
over. That's
over
a home
the fence.
run.
That's the first home run of the season for the Panthers, and it comes off the bat of Lenny Ramsey.
What a shot. That thing had it was a line trolley wire hit out to left field, and it skipped off the top of that fence, and home run, Lenny Ramsey.
I'd say that is an uncommon thing, but we've gotten used to Lenny Ramsey going deep over these years.
Yes, we have.
That was quite a shot. Until she got the barrel, tipped right off the top of the fence. And the Panthers strike for 3 in the bottom of the first with 1 out to take a 3-1 lead. Senior Cam Kirsten up, and she gets the ball past the third baseman into left field. She'll round first hard, and she's digging for 2, and she'll get there standing up.
Left fielder's having a little bit of a fight with the ball, unable to really find the handle, and so Cameron easily, although I think she'd made up her mind to go to second anyway.
Yeah, she's definitely rounding hard. You could tell that she was thinking about it anyways, and the slightest bobble, and she was gone. That'll bring up freshman number 11, Savannah Crook, and her first start as a Panther. She played in the first game. She came in off the bench. Laid down a great bunt in that first game. Vanna takes low in the dirt. Ball skips away from the catcher, and Kirsten able to advance to third.
She saw it all the way and jumped, reacted pretty quickly to get over to third, and now all it takes is a hit somewhere probably to bring her in.
Obviously, Crook plays a lot of softball. She has played many, many games, so obviously with her up, even though she's just a freshman, she knows her job just to get some in play here, score the run, find a way, some way, somehow to get that run in.
Yep.
Ball 2 outside.
It's a good eye. Lay off of that. Panthers with 3 so far here in the bottom of the first.
Ball 3 up. Crook doing a good job of getting into a favorable count here.
Minute Women. Oh, sorry. Go
no,
ahead.
You're good. Go ahead.
Say Minute Women grabbed 1 in the top of the first. Panthers with 3. Now they're 1 out.
That ball's in the dirt, and Crook will take her base to first base on the walk.
Batting 7th, the first base.
I'll put runners on the corners. 1 out. Junior number 15, first baseman McKenna Cunningham up to the plate. Got to think the Panthers are going to have something going here as far as trying to get Crook down to second.
Now how fast is Crook?
Crook can run a little bit. She's got some deceptive speed. Super smart base runner, too. Looks like Cunningham's going to square. She did not pull back. She missed on the bunt, so that is strike 1, but Crook was able to get down to second base.
So now she can if she gets a single, that's probably going to be worth 2.
Mm-hmm. Cunningham, another one, uses that split grip at the plate. That is down and in for ball 1. 1-1 is the count to Cunningham.
Naya has been a little low, some of her pitches.
Here's the pitch. Cunningham just a little bit early. It looked like a changeup off the hand of Davis.
She took something off of that one. Yeah, Cunningham was way out in front.
1-2 is the count. See if Cunningham kind of scoots up on the plate and tries to choke up a little bit and become a 2-strike hitter. And another changeup, it looked like. Cunningham just a little bit early. Strike 3, and that'll be 2 away.
Batting 8th, the third baseman, number 17, Morgan.
So 2 away here in the bottom of the first. That'll bring up Morgan Ball, number 17, third baseman for the Panthers. Ball takes down in the dirt. Good job of being a backstop by Ernest. Runners stay put.
Yeah, runners at second and third. 2 away now. Morgan Ball can find some green grass out there.
It's not out of the question. Ball can run, too. So, I was getting ready to
There
say
you
she
go.
dropped a bunt. And
right back up the middle.
She instead lines the ball into center field. Clean base hit, and she is able to advance to second on the throw home.
Nice bit of running there by Ball.
Batting 9th, the pitcher, number 22, Kate
That'll bring up
Wolf.
number 22, Kate Wolf, the pitcher. Panthers putting up yet another 4 spot, their third 4 spot of the day.
They did it first game. They had 4 in the bottom of the first. I think they're looking for a little more this time.
Wolf takes outside ball 1. See if Wolf can extend the inning, flip the lineup over to the top. In the dirt, ball 2, and Wolf's in a good hitter's count here.
Seems like Lanaya Davis is struggling a little bit with some of those pitches, leaving them down. I don't know. How do you correct that?
And we talked about it again. She caught the whole first game, so I don't know if that's a little arm fatigue as that one gets by Ernest, and it's going to go to the backstop. And number 11, Savannah Crook, is going to come home for the Panthers' 5th run of the first inning.
So the ball squirted away from the catcher and shot down towards the third base side a little bit of the backstop. Crook was on her horse and scores fairly easily. And Morgan Ball over to third, so she's there with 2 away now with Kate Wolf looking at a 3-0 count.
Got to think Wolf's going to be taken all the way here, and indeed she is as ball 4 will put her on first, and that will flip the lineup over as the Panthers have batted around here in the first inning.
Right fielder, number 10, Gracie Williams.
Looks like you're going to have a courtesy runner for Wolf at first. Looks like number 8, Francis Costin, coming out of the dugout with the helmet on. Indeed, it will be Costin as she comes out to first base to run for the pitcher.
Courtesy runner is number 8, Francis Costin.
So we have runners on the corners, 2 outs. Top of the lineup backup for the Panthers as they have batted around in the first inning.
Of note, Wisconsin coming in and doing some fine pitching in that game 1.
A couple of nasty changeups he dropped in.
And really had a good outing.
Williams squares the bunt. Pulls it back. Strike 1. Costin is able to go to second.
For being a freshman, she appeared to be beyond her years a little bit, the way she kind of is playing the game today, which is good to see.
That one is in the dirt. Good job of Ernest being a wall back there. 1-1 is the count to Williams. Williams, fly ball right side. It's going to get down foul just out of reach of the first baseman.
Yeah, it was a tough angle for the first baseman. It was basically over her head. She turned to go back for it, but it's hard to pick it up.
That's one of those, and that's why usually they say the middle's got first call, because usually your second baseman has a better angle than that. Obviously, it wasn't very high, so it didn't give her a ton of time to go there. Williams all over that ball and hard at the middle, but Davis is able to knock it down and throw it to first. Williams not cheated on that swing at all, but that will do it for the Panthers as they strike for 5 off a big 3-run blast from Lenny Ramsey, and we go to the top of 2 with Panthers leading 5-1.
We'll be back on North Platte Sports Radio right after this.
I love playing sports, especially for my school. And that's because school sports are special. It's where it's safe to fail. It's where we're taught resilience, where our fear becomes confidence. It's where we learn to get back up after every fall. School sports are where 7.8 million students go from I can't to I can.
This message presented by the MSH SAA and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
McGruff here.
The crime dog?
Yep.
I think I'm gonna need your help. I've got an internet bully.
Okay, well, what you do is...
Maybe you could put a virus on her computer. Or a tracking device. Or a bug.
You don't have to do that, all you...
Or maybe we could get an attack dog. You ever see those attack dogs that can, rip a person's arm off? Seriously. Or like a SWAT team. A cyber SWAT team or something. Or like an army. Did you ever see that zombie army movie? We should get a zombie army.
Wait. All you need to do to stop an internet bully is delete their messages and never forward them on.
So, no zombies?
No zombies.
Bummer.
Delete cyberbullying. Don't write it, don't forward it. For more information, visit ncpc.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, Crime Prevention Coalition of America, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
This is Chance Garber, and you're listening to the North Platte Radio.
And we're back here in Dearborn, Missouri for Game 2 of the North Platte Invitational. Top of the second inning here as Lexington will come to bat. Panthers leading 5-1. Due up for the Minute Women. We have number 0, Kaylin Sander. She's the first baseman. Wolf right back to work, delivers strike 1. Kate Wolf in her third inning of work today, second of this game. See if she's loosened up here and goes back to finding that strike zone early here.
Yeah, she only pitched 1 inning in the first game. Probably looking for a little bit more work here in the second one.
Seems to be loosened up as she throws strike 2, and she is up 0-2 early here on the leadoff hitter for Lexington. Here's the pitch inside just a bit. Great spot from Wolf. Better eye from Sander. And that makes the count 1-2.
5-1 Panthers here in the top of the second.
Wolf delivers, swing and a miss, strike 3. Kate Wolf going to work early here in the second. gets her third strikeout of the game.
Batting seventh, the shortstop.
That'll bring up shortstop number 2, Mariah Gonzalez. She plays shortstop for the Minute Women. 1 out, nobody on. Wolf seems to have found her groove here in the second inning. Just a little bit low, didn't miss by much, 1-0. The last batter, 2 good strikes started off with. The third one just inside, a great pitch, and then got one by her for strike 3. Fouled off straight back by Gonzalez. Evens up the count at 1-1. Gonzalez swings, popped up on the infield. It is called by second baseman Savannah Crook, and she has it for out number 2.
Batting 8.
So 2 away here in the top of the second.
Number 34, Elizabeth Day.
Batting 8th for the Minute Women, number 34, Elizabeth Day. She is the designated player. See if Wolf can create short work of the second inning and find a way to get the Panthers back in the dugout and keep those bats hot. First pitch from Wolf, right down the middle, strike 1. Wolf really settling in here in the second inning. Looks nice and loosened up, not overthrowing. Seems to be in her groove again.
I think she has found her groove. Now we say that.
She made us look good. Strike 2.
Yes, she's. That's just it. You know, like last night at the game, we jinxed it because no one in North Platte had cramps.
Yeah.
And sure enough, there goes Dylan Armstrong.
So we got Wolf ahead 0-2, 2 outs. She can see if she can end the inning right here. Line to right field. That is a base hit off the bat of Day. Bobbled by the right fielder, but Day will stay at first.
I think she's trying to grab the ball quickly and throw it to first, maybe to try and get her, but no such happenings.
So Day gets the base hit.
Left fielder, number 3, Tana Lee Clay.
That'll bring up 9-hole hitter, left fielder, number 3, Tana Lee Clay. You're going to get a runner at first here, number 9. That is Rodriguez.
Courtesy runner at first base, number 9, Rodriguez.
Take a minute for the umpire to make note of it in the book, and then we'll get rolling here. 2 outs, 1 on. Here in the top of the second, Panthers with the 5-1 lead over Lexington.
Panthers so far have looked pretty good in this one. They've gotten off to a good start.
Really, especially offensively all day long, they've looked good.
They have, yeah.
Defensively, obviously, they had a little bit of a issue there in that top of the first, but since then, they've been pretty lights out today. Come to get used to that over the last couple of years as they have become an established program.
Agreed.
Swing and a miss from Clay, and Wolf is up 0-2. See if she can put her away here without flipping the lineup over.
Well, we spoke about it a little bit, a couple of D1 commits. That's huge.
That is something you don't see very often at the Class 2 level.
No.
Clay is able to foul that one off. Sharp ground ball to the first base dugout. She stays alive.
And you look at that senior class that graduated last year, you know, some of what they're going to be doing after they move on.
You got Courtney Dean playing softball at State Fair. Clay lines one right back up the middle into center field. But they are able to get the out at second.
Nice.
Lenny
There's
Ramsey.
that defense.
Lenny Ramsey being heads up in center field.
So
that will do it for the inning. Sorry, Steve, go ahead.
No, go right ahead. Do you have the numbers or you?
You're good. So they were able to make the out at second for the third and final out. That will do it for the Minute Women. Panthers get a shutout in the top of the second, and we will head to the bottom of 2, 5-1 Panthers lead.
You guys just didn't want it bad enough. That should have been an easy win. What were you doing out there? You got to hustle. You could have made that play if you'd been open.
On the car ride home after the game, when you think you're helping by telling me what I did wrong and what I need to work on, all I hear is that I'm not good enough, that I'm supposed to be perfect, that it's not okay to lose. On the car ride home, all I need to hear is how much you love me and enjoy watching me play. That my worth isn't determined by my performance. That even on my worst day, I am worthy. That you see me learning, growing, and doing my best. And that is enough.
This message presented by the MSH SAA and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
You can't control everything, but there are some really important things you can control, like keeping your family healthy and safe. Planning for a Healthy Life, a booklet from the American Diabetes Association, has information on everything from nutrition to retirement. To get your free copy, call 1-800-DIABETES or go to
And we're back here in the bottom of the second in Dearborn, Missouri. Panthers lead 5-1 as we start the inning off. Two-hole hitter, number 12, Sophie Greer, due up for the Panthers. She was hit by a pitch on the first pitch of her first at-bat, right in the foot. See if she's able to find first base again. First pitch from Davis in her second inning of work is low for ball one. Panthers with 2-3-4 here up here in the bottom of the second. Pitch from Davis, again low, ball two. Greer into a hitter's count here. Start the second inning. Outside, ball three.
I think you can be very, very picky.
Yes, especially with what you got coming up after you.
Yeah, the meat of the order.
Greer says, no thanks, I'm just going to line this pitch right up the middle, and it gets by the center fielder, and Greer's running across the second base. She's going for three. Here comes the throw, not in time, and Greer's into third base.
That was a triple all the way. It's a good hustle.
Greer running hard out of the box. Panthers in business here in the second inning with the leadoff triple from Sophie Greer. That'll bring up three-hole number 19, Brooke Kretzer, with a chance to drive in another run for the Panthers. Pitch is low and out. Kretzer sees ball one.
As you were saying earlier, yeah, if the Panthers are able to grab this game, it does set them up. So that if they do win one more, it doesn't really matter what everybody else does because they will have played everybody and beaten everybody. So they will walk away winners of the Invitational Tournament. I believe they did that last year, didn't they?
Yes, we did. Yep. I have to go back and check stats, but I think they're looking for their third or fourth straight North Platte tournament title.
Okay.
It's Kretzer way up in the count here. All three pitches in the dirt as it's 3-0 to Kretzer.
Yeah, Davis having a little bit of control issues here to start the bottom of the second.
And that is a 4-pitch walk to Brooke Kretzer. That will put her on first, and that will put runners on the corner for the middle of the order as the 4-hole, number 14, Lenny Ramsey, comes up. First at bat, she hit that bomb to left field to put the Panthers on the board. Got to think Lexington's going to be careful with her right here.
You would think.
Ramsey swings, and that's going to be in the gap in right center all the way to the fence. Greer scores. Kretzer coming around. Ramsey to third. Kretzer's going to come around and score. Throw comes home. It will be cut down, and Ramsey stops at third. Now 2 spots of the cycle taken care of, a home run and a triple from Lenny Ramsey.
Putting on a show.
She is showing why she is going D1, that is for sure. And if that wasn't enough, then we'll bring up another one that's going D1, and that is Cameron Kirsten, the shortstop. Nobody on, runner on third, 7-1 Panthers lead.
I think after Lenny's first home run, of course now, that one was a wall scraper. But it still made it. Still counts. Counts the same as one that you put over 50 feet over.
Kirsten, hard fly ball over the center fielder's head. That'll bring in Ramsey, 8-1 Panthers. Throw is going to come into the shortstop, and Kirsten at second.
They're teeing off right now.
Panthers bats continue to stay hot.
Second baseman, number 11, Savannah Crook.
I'll bring up freshman number 11, Savannah Crook, playing second base. She was able to draw a walk in her first at bat, come around to score. Nobody out still here in the bottom of the second. Panthers are really putting the bat on the ball here. Ball is low and in, ball one.
Yeah, their bats have definitely come alive today. They are seeing the ball well. They are making good contact.
Ball rolls and it hits Crook. Kirsten was going to try to go to third. Obviously, the dead ball will keep her at second. That'll bring up Cunningham, number 15.
First baseman, number 15, McKenna.
See if McKenna can get going here. Had a little bit of a slow start here. First day of the season, obviously. Sometimes, though, they say hitting's contagious. Some of those girls start to find the barrel, and that just trickles down your order.
This team notoriously has been that way with contagious hitting. Because they'll go a couple of innings, and everybody just, can't find a hit. And then one person does, and then all of a sudden the floodgates open. I've seen it happen many, many times over the last few years.
So Cunningham took high for ball one, then outside as it gets past the catcher to go 2-0, and Kirsten and Crook both advance.
I got to think it's a mental thing because you see one person get a hit, and then you're mentally thinking, well, I can do that. I should be able to do that.
Completely is. There's a term, it's called a race to the bat rack. Those bats start rattling, and suddenly you got even people struggling to hit. They suddenly want to turn because they see their teammates hitting ahead of them, and they want in on it. And it doesn't take much to get going. It just takes those first couple hitters to get going, and it kind of just hitting's contagious. That race to the bat rack starts happening, and that's when the fun starts happening.
Yes. Well, and the other thing, Rex Hudler, color guy for the Kansas City Royals for TV, has always talked about baseball and much akin, softball because it has a lot of similarities. But the idea of that it's 90% mental and 10% skill, I think, is very true.
Yes.
in the game of baseball and softball. Because if you believe you can't, you won't.
100%. And it's even more so than in other sports. Like, obviously, basketball, football, things like that have a lot of mental work that goes into it. But baseball and softball are just such an individualized sport in the sense of everybody's different. As Cunningham fouls that off down third baseline.
Just a little bit out
yeah.
front of that thing.
That was her first at bat, too. She was a little early on her first couple swings, so see if she can't sit back and drive one here. She looks a little bit more comfortable in the box here the second time around. Takes low for ball three. Kirsten staying at third. Didn't bounce away enough. 3-1 is the count to Cunningham. Runners on second and third. Panthers lead 8-1 here, bottom of the second. Nobody out. Pitch to Cunningham is high. That'll load the bases. Morgan Ball, the 8-hole hitter, comes up with a chance to really break this one open for the Panthers. 8-hole for the Panthers. She's at third base. A little change defensively. So you've seen Lenny Ramsey at third. Lenny showing her ability to play everywhere as we have Morgan Ball at third. First pitch is low. It rolls to the backstop, and Kirsten will come through to score. 9-1 Panthers. Both the runners first and second move up as well.
She got an easy jog to get home on that one.
They're just doing a really good job of when they see dirt on that ball, it's immediate, not hesitating at all, and that's just a lot of down read drill and seeing it out of her hand and getting a read on that. So 9-1 Panthers here. Another low pitch, 2-0 to Ball. Panthers looking to put this one away early here in Game 2 of the North Platte Invitational.
Yeah, they're up 9-1 with nobody out here in the bottom of the second.
That is high for Ball, 3-0 to Ball. See if she's taken to try to load the bases here for 9-hole hitter Kate Wolf to come up. She is not. She swings as a foul ball. She might have got her 9-iron out on that one because I think it skipped off the dirt when she hit it. A little anxious up there. Like I said, it's a race to the bat rack. Everybody sees barrels start to get hit, and they want to be the ones that keep hitting.
They want to keep the train moving.
And that is low for ball four as Morgan Ball draws the walk to load the bases again. Davis just running into a little bit of trouble here in the second. That'll bring up pitcher Kate Wolf, number 22 for the Panthers. 9-1 Panthers lead, bases loaded, still nobody out.
Well, if they do make quick work of the Minute Women, might help get the games back on schedule.
Coach Davis would definitely be happy. I know that.
Yes. Well, I mean,
I think all of us
that are here because we're all going to be here until that final game, because that's North Platte's finale against Pattonsburg Winston, who are also, ironically, or maybe not, the Panthers.
So Wolf up 2-0. Both pitches outside. Nowhere to put her as the bases are juiced. That ball is low for ball 3.
I'm trying to remember if we play Lexington in basketball. It seems like we have.
I think we did in the past. They are not on our schedule for this year. I know that because I just went through our girls' schedule, putting a little picture thing together for them. As that is high, and ball 4 to Kate Wolf. Nobody to put her, so that will force in a run, the 10th run of the game for the Panthers.
Right fielder, number 10, Gracie Williams.
That will flip it over to the top of the order. Leadoff hitter Gracie Williams up for her third at bat here in the top of the second.
Well, one of the things that I guess we really haven't had time to talk about, but you are going to be coaching the girls varsity this year.
Yeah, a little bit of a change. When I first came to North Platte, Coach Kemper was a big draw me over. Him and I kind of go back. I coached him when he was younger, so told me about the opening, so I took it. I was kind of settled into, hey, I was just going to coach junior high and kind of help him with the high school. I was called into the office by Mr. Matt. Obviously, your superintendent comes calling. That's your first thought is, what did I do wrong? Yeah. But he called me in. They asked me if I wanted to take over girls basketball. It about knocked me off my feet because I had no idea Coach Davis was ready to give it up. Talked to Coach Davis. He was kind of ready to just focus on admin duties, be a father. He's been doing it for a lot of years. So my immediate reaction was, holy smokes, I got to replace the guy. Coach Davis has been the guy here. They've won a lot of basketball games, obviously state quarterfinal appearance last year.
Yep.
Went home, talked to my wife about it, and she kind of told me you kind of be crazy for not taking it because they're an established program.
Yep.
Girls know you. You love coaching. So it's kind of a no-brainer. I've been extremely blessed to walk into a really good situation here in North Platte. They take care of me. Coach Davis is right there as a calming voice of, obviously, when I need help this season, he'll be right there. Mr. Matt's still around to help out. Coach Ginter's going to stay on board to help as an assistant. We brought in Courtney Rogers. She'll be our C-team coach this year. She's got a lot of coaching experience as well. So I'll be blessed with a really good staff. We've got a really good team coming back. We've got some freshmen coming in that have a lot of potential. Obviously, you see the freshmen on the field for softball. It's no different on the basketball floor. They are very athletic. So I am very looking forward to the opportunity. I could not be more happy and blessed to be the new head girls basketball coach. So that's why I'm in the broadcast booth now, because basketball's a long season. So I asked Coach Davis, hey, as much as I enjoy coaching softball, can I get that time off in the fall? And he happily agreed, and here we are.
Nice.
All right, so we are back now pitching for the Minute Women. Gracie Williams up to the plate. Bases loaded, nobody out. Top of the order for the Panthers. She takes inside. Lexington did go through a pitching change. That is number 1. That is number 1, Amanda Rodeker. Rodeker pitching. She is the leadoff hitter. Williams swings and fouls the ball down the third base line. Strike 1. So Davis ran into some trouble there in the second inning. Wasn't able to get out of it. Rodeker comes into pitch, comes out of center field.
Rodeker started the first game and struggled in that first inning against Pattonsburg Winston, and had to have Ernest come in.
Williams swings. She pops it up on the infield. That'll be an infield fly as the shortstop does make the catch. That'll be 1 away. That'll be the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up number 12, Sophie Greer, 2-hole hitter. She led off the inning, so the Panthers have batted around again here in the second inning. Base is still juiced. Greer swings and misses at the first one. Looked a little bit like she was ahead.
So if they are right now, they have 9 runs ahead. In the bottom of the second, 10-1 Panthers.
Greer swings, and that's in between short and third. On getting to the left field for a single. Runners all advance station to station, and it is 11-1 Panthers.
Catcher, number 19, Brooke Kretzer.
So Sophie Greer with her second hit of the day. She is 2 for 2 as she was hit by a pitch in that first one. That'll bring up catcher number 19, Brooke Kretzer. Base is still loaded, 1 out. Kretzer takes just outside ball 1.
I think Kretzer looking to get a good swing and drive a ball somewhere. Only 1 away. Bases are loaded.
Pitch high to Kretzer, ball 2. And this is where the meteor order really tries to make damage. You're in a hitter's count.
Yes.
They're locked in right now. This is we might see an almighty rip here from Kretzer.
You got Kretzer, Ramsey, and Kirsten.
Senior. Ball 3 gets to the backstop, and that'll allow the run to score as ball comes home for the Panthers' 12th run of the game.
Morgan Ball's got some speed, I think. And then around 4 o'clock, North Platte and Pattonsburg, Winston.
Kretzer drives the ball to left, and it's going to get down in front of the left fielder and go all the way to the fence. One run scores.
Yeah, held up the runner.
Greer's held up at third.
Greer probably could have scored without much effort, but held up at third.
She has homered and tripled in this game already. Ramsey swings. That's a ground ball to short. Shortstop throws the first it out. Kretzer to third. She is out at third.
Shortstop, number 20.
So, Ramsey beats out the infield single. The run does come home to score as Greer scores, make it 14-1. Kretzer is thrown out at third for the second out. So now there'll be 1 on for Cam Kirsten. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. That ball is in for strike 1. Bit of a wild exchange there that last play.
Yeah. 14-1 Panthers.
That is high. Ramsey showing her wheels again will go to second without a throw.
I wouldn't be surprised to see her not maybe try and take third base as well. See what she does. 2 out.
Kirsten swings ground ball to third. Third baseman's got it, throws to first, and the Minute Women are out of the second, but the damage has been done as the Panthers strike for 9 in the inning, and they will lead 14-1 as we head to the top of 3 here in Dearborn, Missouri.
So we will be back on North Platte Sports Radio in a bit right after these messages.
We appreciate our sponsors of North Platte Sports Radio. Here's one you should check out.
Did your current propane company leave you out in the cold last winter? There's something you can do about that. Give Nash Gas a call. Nash Gas has been locally family-owned and operated since 1945. Let our family take care of your family this winter. Nash Gas offers keep full programs, winter heating contracts, and budget plans, all with superior customer service. Contact Nash Gas at 816-450-3333 or online at nashgasco.com.
Man, I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? I wanted to get back in the game, so I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in Missouri at highschoolofficials.com.
Hi, my name is Stanley, and I've been arrested for stealing shoes. I didn't really steal them, but I've been sent to Camp Green Lake anyway. The worst punishment a kid could get. And at Camp Green Lake, we dig holes. Lots of holes. I've only been here a short time, but I think the camp director is up to something. I'm Stanley Yelnats, and I'm covering more than dirt at Camp Green Lake. Explore new worlds. Read my story in the novel Holes by Louis Sacker. For other great book ideas, visit your local library or log on to literacy.gov. Brought to you by the Library of Congress and the Ad Council.
And we're back here in Dearborn, Missouri. A whole host of changes for the Panthers defensively. On the mound now pitching for the Panthers is number Seckel throws the first one, ball one. I'll give you a scouting report on Seckel. If you thought Costin's changeup was nice, when Seckel gets hers going, there's a 1 hour difference between the two of them. She is solid when that changeup's going. Swing and a miss from Rodeker, strike one. Bringing up the catcher, number 23, Lanaya. Swing. They appeal down to first. They'll make the count 1-1 to Davis. She was able to hold back. Outside, ball 4.
Looked like she hit her leg
on
her.
That is a
follow
problem.
through.
That is a problem that only applies to softball, hitting your leg on your follow through.
Yes.
So Davis draws the walk. McGee will come to the plate. One away here, runner on first, top of the third. Seckel throws, strike one. Throw down to second. Davis is able to get in safely. Throw does get into center field, but Ramsey's there for the backup.
Batting for the Minutewomen.
Line drive caught by Farrah Williams at short. Tries to double off the runner. Safe at second.
About had her.
Just about had her. Another freshman stepping in and making a play for the Panthers. Heads up there to try to get the runner at second.
Number 4.
That is 2 away. Cleanup hitter Zoe Ernest, number 4 for the Minutewomen, will come to the plate. 2 away, runner on second. Seckel looking to try to get out of a shutout in her first inning. That is a strike right down the middle. Seckel getting ahead early. Freshman Farrah Williams, great heads-up play at short. Caught the line drive immediately, looked to second, just not in time. Pitch from Seckel, that is a swing and a miss. 0-2 is the count to Ernest. Freshmen have really looked good on the mound for the Panthers here today.
They have. Commendable in their varsity debut.
That is high, ball one. Looked like Seckel tried to sneak that changeup. Just not quite able to get the grip just yet on that pitch. That is definitely a feel pitch.
Yeah, she's just struggling a little bit, like you said, because the grip is really everything on that. Hasn't found it yet.
Ernest swings, popped up to second base. Costin is there for the third and final out of the inning, and Seckel delivers a shutout in the top of the third. That will do it for 2.5 innings here in Dearborn as your Panthers lead 14-1 as we go to the bottom of the third.
We'll be back on North Platte Sports Radio right after this.
Man, I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? I wanted to get back in the game, so I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in Missouri at highschoolofficials.com.
Hi, my name is Stanley, and I've been arrested for stealing shoes. I didn't really steal them, but I've been sent to Camp Green Lake anyway. The worst punishment a kid could get. And at Camp Green Lake, we dig holes. Lots of holes. I've only been here a short time, but I think the camp director is up to something. I'm Stanley Yelnats, and I'm covering more than dirt at Camp Green Lake. Explore new worlds. Read my story in the novel Holes by Lewis Sacker. For other great book ideas, visit your local library or log on to literacy.gov. Brought to you by the Library of Congress and the Ad Council.
Alright, I've gone through all the tracks, just move through the beats. Do your thing.
Alright, everyone, let's hear it for West High's own Brooke Turner, a.k.a. DJ Hook.
Scratching at my first school dance takes confidence. So getting into college, I've got what it takes. So do you.
Visit knowhowtogo.org to learn what you should be doing right now to prepare for college. Start taking the steps at knowhowtogo.org. Brought to you by the American Council on Education, Lumina Foundation, and the Ad Council.
And we are back here in Dean Park, bottom of the third coming up for the Panthers. We're going to have some changes in the lineup as all those defensive changes last inning will be coming to the plate now. So we will bring you those as they come up. It was a hockey line sub.
Yeah, I know who's leading off is number 8, Francis Cosson for Savannah Crook.
Looks like Cosson, and then I believe that is Sydney Thompson, number 26, on deck. She is in for Cunningham.
Yeah, for Cunningham.
So Panthers lead it 14-1 here in the bottom of the third, looking to put this one to bed. They need just 2 to hit the run rule and move to 2-0 on the day here in the 2024 North Platte Invitational. Obviously, the Panthers do have their schedule coming up. They are home on Tuesday against DeKalb. They travel to LeBlanc on Wednesday, and then they are at home on Thursday against Lafayette, so plenty of chances to catch the Panthers softball team in action. 2 home games this week.
Leading off the bottom of the third for North Platte, number 8, Francis Cosson.
So coming to the plate, freshman number 8, Franny Cosson. She showed up in the first game. Did a little pitching for the Panthers. Number 1, Rodeker still on the mound for Lexington. See if the Panthers can't get a couple base runners here and try to get a chance for the rest of them to try to hit them in and end this one in the third inning. Here's a pitch, high and away, ball 1 to Cosson.
Yeah, they still have Rodeker out on the mound.
Ball 2 high. This is where you're starting to see the depth of the Panthers coming forward. You're seeing Lexington struggle a little bit on the mound. Obviously, the unfortunate event of having a pitcher leave the team, so they're a little short-handed on the mound. The Panthers are showing they are not. They've shown 4 pitchers on the day, and all 4 have thrown very well. That is low to Cosson. Ball 3. She's ahead 3-0. Pitch from Rodeker did clip Cosson a little bit. Regardless, it will be ball 4.
Ball 4. Or got hit, one or the other.
I'm sure Cosson's not too thrilled with that being ball 4 anyways to take that one. That'll bring up senior number 26, Sydney Thompson, subbed into the game for McKenna Cunningham at first base. She represents the winning run for the Panthers. First pitch, swing and a miss. Gets away from the catcher, and Cosson will advance to second. Came in relief for Wolf. Coming in at short this game. That is high for ball 1. She laid off.
I think she may have swung, though. Did they call?
They did call her.
Did they call it a strike?
Yeah, I think they called the ball. I think she said she held up. Inside, ball 2.
Idea of keeping it a secret.
She is definitely a goofball, that is for sure. Super fun to coach, super polite girl, a lot of energy all the time.
So she could use that to her advantage and say, well, that was a fastball, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
And
I told her she should have just played it off.
Mm-hmm.
That you have one of your fastest runners representing that winning run up first. So that'll bring up yet another freshman, number 27, Janica Seckel. She got to play in the first game, started at first base, did get in at bat in that game. Got to think Williams will be moving at first as she does represent the winning run. Seckel swings line, hard ground ball to second. Safe at second as they missed the tag. Out at first, though. The run does come in to score. Cosson does score to make it 15-1.
Try to get down the line and score.
Wortham just a little bit up and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. In the second came around to score, and then she singled in the third and came around to score. Looking to stay perfect.
She has not shown the gumption to try and come home on a pass ball.
That is inside, ball 3 to Greer. Looking to find her way down to first for the 4th time this game.
Kretzer is on deck.
So 3-0 to Greer. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a blind drive to center field. That is a base hit, and that will do it in this one. Sophie Greer with her 3rd hit of the game. That will bring following that. And then we will have your Panthers back around 4 o'clock, maybe 4:30, somewhere in there.
Closer to 2 o'clock.
Doing quite well in their first burst, so their offense has been hot. That's been the key. They've been a little shaky sometimes, just kind of maybe knocking the cobwebs off, getting into that game shape. We talked about it a little bit at the football game where, you can simulate it, you can practice, but until you get